Appreciate you.
Cool. All right.
That's it. Yeah, I got nothing. Y'all got something?
Yeah.
You gave me love.
She always pretty good. She good.
Oh, okay. She gets grace. I do understand.
I'm trying to get a house.
I do understand. She gets grace.
Actually,
Actually, you better know what to do for yourself. They got the original school break, even Drake.
Yeah.
Even the last.
Even like
Trying to get y'all.
Him no bumper trying to bring him back.
That's the time you're ready.
Him no bumper trying.
She still like that a lot.
We need water, anything? Drink? We good? Good? Everybody? Everybody doing all right this morning?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. My broker will be joining us here momentarily. His name is Ricky, so he'll pop in probably in the next couple minutes, okay? So everybody come up from Galveston, somebody from Conroe, my understanding. Is that right?
Just about. She in the Conroe area.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of the leader of this group here.
All right, you want to switch seats?
No, you're fine. That's our real estate agent right there.
Hi.
Yeah, I've been invested since 2009.
Okay.
Invested 2009. This is my business partner.
All right.
And she's from the Conroe area.
All right.
She's not from there, but that's where she lives now. And all these folk invest with us, and that's obviously got a cameraman, 'cause that's what he do all the time.
Okay, it's a good thing to do.
Yeah, we do a lot.
Okay.
We make about, I have great intentions to make about 40 cash offers a week.
Okay,
That's what we're working with.
all right.
That's what we're working with. And she leads the way in all the legal stuff.
Okay,
And I'm the creative finance type guy.
that's more than fair. So how did you guys hear about us? Michelle said we saw a sign. Is that right, or was it Craigslist ad? Or
No,
was
it's
it,
a sign outside of Lowe's.
Sign.
A bandit
I'm
sign.
buying open house signs
Okay.
and ran across that. So are you a realtor?
So we're all realtors. So there are 8 of us in house. We're all agents. Obviously, Ricky is our broker. Of the 8 that are here, 6 of those 8 are loan officers as well. So we do have a sister company that offers hard loans. We can dive into that with Ricky and he appears. So,
We got a big group here.
Hi, Rick. I'm Melissa.
Melissa, Rick Sparks, how are you?
Grace.
Grace, very nice to meet you. How you doing?
Brian Johnson.
Brian, Rick, nice to meet you.
Deanna, nice
Deanna, nice to meet you as well. This guy's learning too.
Yeah, these are my
Yeah,
boys.
we're getting like
Antonio.
Antonio, Rick
Yes, sir.
Sparks.
Yeah, these
Nice
are
to
my
meet you.
boys. I homeschool them and I take them everywhere.
There you go.
I take them everywhere. He was up all night. They both started businesses and they streaming games online and trying to build games. And he was up all night working on his business.
I like it.
Get me on it. So we saw a sign. Home Depot was 626 or 46. I keep saying 626.
No, I think it
That's
was
back home.
6,
So
518.
518 and 6. Okay. All right. So saw the sign there. You guys had kind of reached out. So tell me a little bit more. You guys, you said y'all do about 40 offers a week.
Yeah, absolutely. What we do in this, I own a couple of companies, but we decided to be friends for a long time. So we kind of do the real estate with some group economics.
Okay.
We have different skill sets and things like that. So we just decide that between it's 8 of us total, right? Between the 8 of us total, we should be moving 5 properties a month.
Okay.
8 times 5 is 40.
There you go.
It is.
All right.
Yeah.
Getting everybody involved on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We
Okay.
got plenty of cash and then other companies that fund.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys got anything that you're working on right now, or what? Anything you guys are close on?
No, we're trying to be sitting on $175,000. We're trying to move. We're looking for a distressed property we can fix and flip right now.
Okay.
And about 175. I'm kind of just playing Monopoly.
All right.
Get a bunch of little houses and trade them in for a big old hotel.
There you go.
That's the
So,
plan.
multifamily
Oh,
hotels kind of
yeah.
the end game
Yeah.
for you guys?
Yeah. When I
Okay.
started in 2009, which is right in the middle of the recession, got really good. And I went to the multifamily unit. I made stupidest mistake, but everybody makes. Overcompensated myself. I had 5
Mhm.
renters, and 2 of them walked out. And I couldn't afford the 2, so we don't make those kind of mistakes no more.
Okay. All right.
But that's it. That's basically in a
kind of-
nutshell. Yeah, we work together. We got an office. We trying to get what we already reached, but we trying to get filthy.
So how are you offering on properties currently? You said you're submitting 40 offers a week?
40 offers a week.
Okay, how are you doing that?
We're doing as investors. You mean like?
Where are you finding deals? How are you sourcing?
Okay. Well, I'll let you answer that question.
Through the MLS.
Through the MLS, okay.
Yeah.
And we have a formula, well, they have a formula that they provide, they calculate and then give me.
Who's they?
Me.
Oh, okay,
Agents.
sorry. Gotcha.
Oh, Prosperity
Okay,
Associates. Prosperity Associates.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, I send the MLS to distressed properties.
Okay.
They work out their formulas and they send me the TPP, total purchasing price that they would like
Understood.
to offer.
There you go, I like it. Now, who's a realtor here?
That's
Okay.
me, Rick. I missed you at the Women's Council. I wanted
Okay.
to be there, but I wasn't able to be.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
you had to give me your
That'd be good.
keynotes.
Okay.
now.
That's basically what this is. You know, at that event, I talked mostly just about how to build wealth and how realtors work with real estate investors, and if they aren't currently working with real estate investors, why they should be working with real estate investors. It's a constant revenue stream because we don't want to buy one house, we want to buy hundreds of
I
houses,
think
right?
she heard you then.
Right. So that's the overall pitch to realtors and why they should work with real estate investors. Now, the hard part about offering on the MLS is that everyone else is doing the same thing,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So are you blind offering based on a certain after repair value And you are assessing a certain rehab amount per each property and then submitting a blind offer on
We've
40
gotten
properties?
pretty good at looking at pictures and being able to assess repair values.
Yeah.
Like Dirty Dozens, we look at the first 12 things
Yeah.
there. We don't just use the MLS, you've
Oh, yeah,
introduced us
sorry.
to, well, no, you've introduced us to a couple more things, because
Right.
I know a couple of people like yourselves that
Mhm.
know some off the market properties as well.
Gotcha, so have you purchased a property either from the MLS or from a wholesaler yet?
Not yet.
Gotcha, so this process is a little bit,
Listen, one has not been accepted.
Gotcha,
Say that.
okay.
Yeah.
So we
And that's for
offer,
this company.
understood.
Yeah.
So we offer on about 100 houses every single week just out of this office. Out of our Houston location, probably another 150 properties a week. And out of our Woodlands location, probably another 50 properties a week. So in total, we're looking at about 300 properties every single week. Now, we don't blind offer. We go look at every single property. We put together a detailed repair estimate from paint and carpet numbers down to doorknobs and light switches. So we nail it down. I'm not guessing, we know it. We assess an after repair value based upon sold comparables in the subdivision, just like you would do. That's not rocket science. It's pretty simple. What did the neighbor's house sell for? Is it nice? Is it in good shape? Then I think it can be worth that.
Right.
Based on those two numbers, we usually offer somewhere between 70 and 80%, depending on the subdivision and the demand in the area. And we submit our cash offer based on those two numbers that we know. We feel confident enough to put up non-refundable earnest money on a lot of our deals because we want people to know that we are willing to close, not just willing to contract. We want.
Doing 80% on the dollar, 80 cents on
It
the dollar.
depends on where we're located, where the
Yeah.
deal's located. So obviously, I'd love to get every single deal at 50 cents.
Yeah.
Right. And we do a lot of times with the flood stuff right now. However, we're a large company. I don't know how much due diligence you did on us. We've been here in Houston for 16 years. We have 17 offices across the country. We're all licensed realtors. We're all licensed loan officers too. So we loan money to builders and investors.
Yeah.
This isn't a fly-by-night deal. We've got this system down. Last year, we purchased 451 properties in the greater Houston area. So if we're not the largest purchaser of real estate in the greater Houston market, maybe there's one or two private individuals that might do more. There might be one hedge fund or REIT out there that might buy more houses than us, but not locally. I can walk into any real estate office and put the closing statements down for 451 properties with my name on it and my signature on it. That's impressive.
That's
Yeah.
really impressive.
Because of that, realtors come directly to us. They say, hey Rick, hey Leroy, here's 5 houses that one guy wants to liquidate. Can you get us a cash offer? We get to see those deals before they get on the market.
Yeah.
We get to offer on properties that are price reducing, offer on properties that are busting out, because everyone knows that we're willing to close on these properties in a quick and timely manner. So we build up great relationships with individuals and realtors across the area that just feed us deals. That, and there's a ton of legwork that we actually do. That's the easy part, right? This game is a lot easier when you build your team the right way, when you have relationships with people in the industry that are like-minded and want to help you to succeed. So we try and do that as much as we can. You don't build an office like this. You don't own 3 offices in the city because you're burning people left and right. We want to establish rapport and work with people over and over and over again. So we do whatever it takes to build those relationships. It's easily 50% of our business. The other 50% of our business is grunt work. It is hard. These deals don't just fall in our lap. Look, we offer on 300 houses a week to get 15 properties a week. 20 properties in a good week for us. And it's because of the hard work that we put in. We drive for dollars. We identify fixer-upper houses when we drive down the street. We call every single sign that we see. If we see a for sale by owner sign, you better bet that thing's getting a phone call. We're gonna try to set an appointment to go take a look at it. How much higher is the likelihood that you buy a for sale by owner than a house that's listed on the MLS? You got hundreds of people competing to buy that house on the MLS, and typically 1, maybe 2 people trying to buy that for sale by owner. We also send out 25 to 30,000 mailers a month. That's probably on the low side. There's probably some months where we're bumping 50,000 mailers that we send out. Now, we're a huge company, we can afford it. You know, we are producing, it's constant. So 50,000 letters, 1, it costs a lot of money to do that. 2, The rate of return isn't great, but it's good enough for us to continue to do it month in and month out. So based on those letters, we get plenty of off-market leads. We knock on doors, we put little notes or stickers on houses. We do anything and everything that we can to acquire a lead. In the end, this business isn't necessarily about, I mean, it is about the houses because that's how we make money. But this business is a lead generation business. And that's what we're really good at, is generating leads and higher quality leads than anybody else. We do some online advertising as well. It's not necessarily our forte. We're kind of old school, honestly. We meet people, we shake hands, and we send out letters, and it works. It's tried and true, works in every single office location that we have. You know, sooner than later, we are gonna dive into the online advertising, and probably it'll be a lot of fun for us at that point in time, because I don't have to drive around quite as much. But in the end, if we go out there and work hard and drive these neighborhoods and locate distressed houses, we buy houses. It's a numbers game. The more houses we look at, the more houses we buy. So that is our model here to locate the deals, which is why people walk through the door, because we sell literally 40, 50 properties a month to real estate investors. We do the other things really, really well, and that's why people come back. We loan money to real estate investors. So we're a hard money lender. We loan money to builders and to real estate investors that want to diversify and not have all their eggs in one basket. If they need contractors, we are not licensed contractors. We have a preferred vendors list that we push out to our clients, and it's completely up to them to decide which contractor they want to go with. We just give them some referrals. Excuse me, if they would like to go with their own contractors, by all means, go with your own contractor. But we have a list of preferred vendors, and if you need an electrician, if you need a sheetrock guy, we have all of that stuff lined up for you. If you need help reselling and renting the property out, obviously as a realtor, you would probably do that yourself. We relist our clients' properties for 1% listing. So we save our clients money there. Now, we're not a boutique brokerage that specializes in that. We just happen to offer it. But it is it's a good option for a lot of our clients, and it's not something they have to do. In fact, none of that stuff does anyone have to do. It's more there if they need it. So we want to be your right-hand man if you need something along the way. We've experienced almost everything, being in the industry for a long time and closing, between 300 and 500 deals over the last 10 or 15 years. We have a lot of experience with almost every type of transaction. So that's what Net Worth Realty does. We locate deals, we're really good at it. We service those deals to help our clients be successful so they come back to us in the end. That's the end goal, right? That client comes back, buys more real estate from us, we have succeeded. Now, I don't have to hustle as much. Now, we can focus on finding more deals and building more relationships. We would much rather work with a handful of people than have an email list to blast out to 50,000 people, which who knows who all those people are. And that's the way our model's built. That said, where do we fit in with what this group is looking to accomplish?
All right, so we do exactly what you do, but some of it is the exact opposite.
Okay.
You're probably not gonna find a better online marketer than me.
Okay.
I'm a celebrity business advisor.
Okay.
Just to give you an idea, one of the conferences we're doing, and what is it? In April, tickets are $7,000.
Wow.
My customer acquisition cost is 2 cents per customer. 2 cents. That means no one can outspend them.
Right.
My return rate is infinite.
Yeah, it's incredible at that point.
Exactly, 2 cents. Basically, what I've done, we have groups of my friends. This particular company is just something we just started because I've already been real estate investing on my own. And I wanted them to be with me for volume.
Yeah.
The kind of volume you were just talking about.
Yeah.
With that being said, I have a ton of customers, tons of leads from other companies that I draw in. Business, I'm known for business and teaching people business, and I always want real estate, and they always want all these things, and I'm funneling it to the real estate side.
Okay.
I'm looking to literally push maybe 20, 30 houses at this moment, maybe within, let's say 6 months to a year.
Okay.
Which I know sounds aggressive, but I'm aggressive. That's what I'm looking to do.
Right.
And then grow from there. I'm looking long term, looking to work my ass off, and I'm looking to make sure that that we make sure, and I got plenty of money, but if you're gonna lend me money, I always will lend you your money. That's how I keep my money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I keep my money. But other than that, I mean, I represent Chase Bank, Houston Chamber of Commerce, I do all that online marketing. I'm the guy that goes in, fixes business, Lakewood being one of them. You never know who I am, because I make sure I defer all the credit to the people who are in charge.
Right.
That's how I got to sustainability. So how you would fit in here is exactly what you just said. We don't do as much legwork, although that's how we found you doing legwork, because I'm such a good online marketer. We have sales funnels everywhere. And again, it doesn't hurt that customer acquisition cost us 2 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely.
So what is the plan with the real estate? Is the plan to flip houses in this group? Or is the plan to wholesale houses? Or is the plan to own rental property? What is the actual plan? If you found a deal today, what does the exit strategy look like?
If I found a deal today, my plan is to fix and flip temporarily. By temporarily, I mean to build enough massive cash so I can get them to a place where I want them to be.
Okay.
Then I'm immediately switching to buy and hold.
Right.
And I just told you before Rick walked in, and I'm going after multifamily as fast as possible.
Right. Yeah, the way to build long-term wealth is by owning real estate, not by selling it, right?
That's right. But I want to build some massive cash for, I got some reasons. I tell you the reason. Me and her own 2 real estate companies, but we're friends. We do group economics. And I want, and I want them to have 2, one for massive income, one for passive.
Okay.
Everybody to have 2. And I want to fix and flip to pay for all that, get the professionals to do it, and get each one of them set up. And then once we step back from that, she now has 8 investors she's representing in this one group instead of 2.
Okay, so how will it work right now? Is one entity gonna buy the house, or is one individual going to buy the house?
One entity.
One entity, and that entity is going to flip the property for profit,
That is
clearly,
correct.
right? And then we build it from there.
That's
Okay,
right.
simple enough.
That's right.
So what are you doing if the plan right now, which I love the idea of putting in the work, right?
Right.
Actually submitting the offers and trying to acquire properties. What are you doing currently with properties that you don't want?
Ask the question one more time.
Let's say you get an opportunity to deal and it doesn't fit. What's your offer percentage when you find a deal in the MLS? If you're offering on 40 deals this week, what are you offering?
That just
70%?
depends. Sometimes, anywhere between 65.
You bring our way that fits what we're looking to do. And now here's where our reach expands where you're at currently.
Yeah.
We have offices all over the country. We have buyers from all over the country, all over the globe actually, that want to invest in Houston, Texas. A bad deal in Houston, Texas is still a pretty solid rental property. So people call every single day. Who were you talking to the other day that wanted to meet a contractor?
He was in San Diego.
San Diego. So we get calls every day from people across the country looking to invest in Houston, Texas, because we can buy a house for under $200,000 that rents out for $1,500 a month. You have an appreciating asset, depreciate on your tax return, make money with cash flow. You made money 3 ways on a bad deal. That's a bad
how I
deal.
do it.
So we
Yeah.
show people how to be successful with all of that, right? Because of that, we have people that might not have as steep of profit or requirements like maybe me and you would have that are across the country that can be content making 8.5% return on their money, whereas I want to make 20.
That's right.
Okay.
Right? So if you come across something like that, we would love the opportunity to buy that property.
So Rick, you're gonna love this. We come across that nearly 80 times a day.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Right, so we do too. It's just a matter of really getting it negotiated and getting it worked out.
Yeah, we're only passing up the deals that we're calling bad are not even bad.
Right.
They are just,
Tight.
yeah, you know, that's it. We would love to do that. I have no
Right.
problem with that.
Okay.
Because we're doing the work, and by this time, I got them addicted to it. At this,
Yeah.
they kind of like we just, this young lady right here was you tell what just happened. I don't even want to take your thunder.
Well, first off, Rick, lovely ring you got on, class
Thank you.
2002.
Yeah, I feel like I met you before somewhere. You're very familiar.
We were at a Starbucks or a restaurant.
I feel, yes, you look very familiar. We had a conversation before.
Yes. Universe. Anyway, been teaching middle school for 11 years.
Okay.
In year 10, I was ready to go.
Yeah.
It was not fun anymore. And that gentleman down there said, I see you serious, so I'm gonna help you.
Right.
I'm gonna help you retire. Just trust me. I said, okay, so put my head down, ran, and May 31st of this year was my last day, 37 years old.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's what we do, and man, but we doing it by working our butts off. That's
Yeah.
why I only brought that up,
Right.
to let you know the kind of work you're looking for is the work we already do.
Right. So this can be a mutually beneficial relationship. We're going to have deals and we'll be a great source for you to see other properties that we come across. And
That's beautiful.
hopefully 1 out of 20 works out for you. You know, you're not gonna like every deal, but 1 out of 10 is probably gonna look good. If you like it, let's move forward, let's make it happen. And then on the other side, if you come across stuff that doesn't fit what you're looking for, pass it this way and let's see if we can't make it work.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be afraid, Leroy's not gonna be afraid to say, hey, we can pay $107,000 for that property.
Yeah.
Go get it under contract for cheaper and sell it to us.
Yeah, if you don't mind hearing from a few of us,
Yeah.
here, because I be on planes, I be all sorts of stuff, so I have, and this could have Michelle reach out,
Yeah.
or I have Tempest, or I have
Melissa.
Melissa reach out, or I can say Michelle again, or Deanna. If you don't mind that,
Right.
then if we can just send you one email address and you
Yeah.
know, well, yeah, if you don't mind that, yeah, we
Yeah,
can do
Leroy's job every day is to look at as many properties as possible,
it.
obviously.
So you don't mind at all.
No. That's our job, is to source as many leads as possible.
Bring you with a good time.
Right. And now, so we want to go to work too and take a look at everything and do as much due diligence as possible. And the more we communicate, the more refined we'll get and the more streamlined the whole thing.
Now, Leroy, since y'all probably have the MLS, you don't need those from the MLS, right?
Now,
Or-
if you go, if say something, as this happens once a week here, a property will be listed for $150,000 and we offer 65, and then we get it under contract at 75. It seems like, how did that happen? Why did they take that? And that's why you're offering on the stuff you're offering on, because you never know when they might sign off on a contract, right? So that happens here, and if that happens with you, we need to know about it.
Gotcha.
Now, where it probably doesn't make sense is if, say a property gets listed, you know, we're in Lake City, right? So say a house gets listed in Lake City for $75,000. I don't care where it's at, $75,000 in Lake City,
That's
Texas.
good.
Sounds like a deal to me. And
Lake City.
everyone is going to submit an offer on that property.
Yeah.
Because of that, that offer is gonna get bid up, and it's probably not gonna be a deal by the time me or you get it on
Yeah.
contract. In
That's
fact,
what happens
we will,
too.
we'll be competing, so you're trying to get the same deal. Where that doesn't happen is when that same deal is listed for 175, but you offered 100. So now no one else was offering on it because it wasn't a deal, but you offered on it and got it considerably under market value. That's the deal that we wanna see.
I know
But you're
you-
right, if it's a foreclosure or a distressed property and it's advertised as such on the MLS, 99 times out of 100, we saw it the second that it popped up on the MLS.
So y'all go past, the MLS, you look at more than just distressed properties, you look at
Everything,
all
you never
properties.
know, right?
Yeah.
I've seen $1 million houses, we've offered on $1 million houses, people that acted like they had money and then they're getting foreclosed on, they don't wanna get foreclosed on Tuesday of next week.
Yeah.
So now we get that house under contract. So you just never know. I'm not saying going out there and spending all your time on really nice houses and really nice neighborhoods is the way to go, but if there's a motivating factor, submit the offer. That's what we do.
And y'all can
It's got
receive
stuff on
that.
Holly Ranch.
So y'all can
Will that appraisal came back?
Oh, wait, which one?
Did that on time
Oh,
in Holly Ranch?
yeah.
Came back at 750.
Jeez. Well, you just never know. So we submit the offer, and if they don't want to move forward, perfect. But I guess we're content also being persistent enough to reach out to these people over and offer on as many properties as you can. It's a numbers game. The more houses you offer on, the more houses you're going to buy. It's that simple. I wish there was some crazy magic formulas to make it work, but it is numbers. Offer, offer, offer. Secondly, schedule as many appointments as possible. Stuff that's just on the MLS and there's no motivating factors, it doesn't make a ton of sense. But if you could find a way to do some further off-market advertising, as you said, and acquire leads that way, set as many appointments as possible. I don't care if it's distressed or not. They called you for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Because they want to sell. Now, whether they want to sell for pennies on the dollar or not, we don't know. But we want to get out there, and there's a yes in there somewhere. I mean, that's all the sales,
Yeah.
basically, right? There's always a yes in there. You just got to find out. And what we deal with is it's a hot product. People that are calling to want to sell their house, we might not be the best source, but there's probably a way for you somehow in there to make some money. So the offering on stuff off the MLS, you're going to find a deal eventually. If you want to really narrow it down and have a better chance of getting higher quality leads, it's gonna be off market. And the way to do that is gonna be through mailers, through driving subdivisions. A lot of people talk about skip tracing people, and we do that a lot too. So finding out their contact information. Maybe it's asking the neighbor that, or just simply Googling someone's name to try and get their contact info. Finding out their name and then reaching out on Facebook, sending them a message that way. Something as simple as that, you have no idea what situation they're in or if they're gonna be willing or wanting to sell, but it could work. If you were to message 100 people today on Facebook, hey, we're interested in buying your house cash. I know this is kind of off the wall, but if you're interested, please give me a call. I work with a group and we'd love to buy one more house in this subdivision. Please reach out to me. And the worst thing that happens is they say no. Please don't contact me ever again. Okay, we move on to the next.
Yeah, right.
Or you just might buy a house because of it. So there's plenty of off-market opportunities. We want to see as much as we can from you. Bring everything to Leroy. He hits the streets hard every single day. I sit here and slave away behind the desk. But if you come across anything, get it to him. Leroy will obviously send you every single deal that we get. Down the road, if you're interested in the financing part of what we do, hard money.
Ask that question.
Hard money is expensive. It is what it is. These aren't beautiful houses that Wells Fargo or Chase Bank wants to lend on. These are distressed houses. They need work done to them. Typically, there's one thing at least mechanically wrong with the house, be it structurally, so the foundation, HVAC, electrical, roof. There's something that's in disrepair. Because of that, that property won't qualify for a conventional loan. Because of that, we only work with cash buyers and people using hard money. Hard money takes on the risk of loaning you the money to fix up this flooded house where no one else would. Wells Fargo won't loan on it. Chase Bank won't loan on it. So I'm betting that you're going to fix it up so that it now will qualify for that conventional loan. Until that point, I'm taking the risk. Because I'm taking the risk as the lender,
Gotta take the money.
we charge a higher interest rate in loan origination. So it's 2 to 4 points in loan origination and 10 to 14% interest only are the rates that we charge, which compared to a conventional mortgage is astronomical. However, it's the cost of doing business.
That's what it is.
And cash is king. You make more money when you buy the house straight up with cash. However, big money is about return on investment.
That's right.
And so that's what we show people how to do.
That's right.
We show people how to maximize their ROI, and using hard money is just a no-brainer. That's what I use when I buy these houses.
Now, is it based on property or credit?
A little bit of both. We loan 70% of the after repair value. So if there's one rule to completely understand about hard money, is that we loan 70% of the after repair value. Whether you buy the house for $1 or $1 million, I'm loaning 70% of the after repair value. Meaning, if the house is worth 100 grand, I'm gonna loan you 70. If you buy the house for 99, guess what? You gotta bring $29,000 to closing. If you buy the house for 50, I get to give you 20 grand back at closing. Usually, based upon the numbers and the way that we offer on houses, the purchase price plus the repairs is between 70 and 80% on most of these deals. And I will say, if I'm being forward, we don't do very many deals under 70%. The marketplace just doesn't allow it, and that's how we make money too, right? So we'll sell you a house. Let's just say we sell it to you for 50, and it needs 25,000 in repairs, and it's worth 100. So you're into it for 75, it's worth 100. That's a 75% deal. I loaned you 70% of the 100, so 70 grand. There's a $5,000 difference there. That $5,000 gets brought to closing along with financing charges. We pay all closing costs. We're kind of unique there. We pay for the title policy, we pay for the escrow fees, we pay everything at closing. So there's no one else out there that's doing that. But you are going to pay the loan origination appraisal survey. There will be a lender's title policy that you'd be responsible for, but not the actual buyer's title policy. We'll pay for that. So on that example of a deal, which is kind of standard for a $100,000 house, you'll be out of pocket somewhere between $8,000 and $10,000 if I was gonna put the pen to paper to buy that particular property, to then flip it and make, I don't know, somewhere between 12 and 18 or something like that.
All in this little binder for you guys right here, so.
I appreciate it, because he made me.
there's one there for you to ask well. So,
I don't even need to look at nothing I sold.
everything he talked about, like I said, is gonna be in this. So one thing that kind of separates us, makes us a little bit different as far as us wholesaling properties.
Will, you can get closer. You can do that. There's a free commercial for that.
Right, you zoom in on me now.
That is,
Get my good side.
Yeah.
This is usually better than this side.
You are Cooper.
So sometimes the beard gets a little rough on that side. Again, everything that he just went over is covered in this. We're all licensed agents. We get the loan officers on the back end as well. Like I said, we've got the sister company Loans 212. So one thing that's going to separate us as a wholesale company, I'm not going to represent you guys. You guys have an agent. We don't represent the buyer. We don't represent the seller. We're physically paying cash for that property. We're going to get a title. We're taking clean title to that before we push it on and say, hey, we've got this property available for you guys. Okay. That's any property, whether that's from down here out of the Heights or up out of our Houston location up in the Woodlands, all right? Traditionally see about 20 properties a month out of this location. The League City office covers everything south of the Beltway, between 288, 225, all the way down to the water, all the way over to Lake Jackson. So there's a specific area that you guys are looking at, there's a specific area that you guys want, that's gonna come out of my office. I've got access to the Heights office, I've got access to our Spring, the Woodlands location as well. So we do about, like I said, about 18, 20 properties a month. Woodlands does another, or excuse me, the Heights location does another 25 to 30. Our Woodlands location just opened the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, so they're still kind of in an infant stage. They're still putting out 5, 6, 8 deals.
Yeah, they still making money.
They're still getting deals. So, and obviously they're
Money making benefits.
they're making money. They're putting deals out. So I would anticipate at any point in time, the better part of 75, 80 properties a month that are going to be coming out of us. Like I said, the one thing that we have is volume.
Yeah.
There are 8 of us here that do exactly what you guys are doing day in and day out. We do the same thing, but there are 8 of us. There's another 20 of us out of the Heights. There's another 6 that come out of the Spring location, out of the Woodlands. So it is strictly volume, So Rick hinted on this. It's on this first page, just on the inside cover. No membership fees, no dues. In order to get on the list, in order to get the properties, you guys got to do exactly what we're doing right now. We want to meet who we're doing business with. I want to be able to shake your hand and say, you know, this is what we're doing. I'm not gonna send an email out and blast it, you know, to a handful of different people. If we wanted everybody to know about the property, we'd list it on MLS, we'd put it on HAR. And by that point in time, like we said, it's too late.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about it at that point. So, aside from that, fixed pricing right above it. If the price is $100,000, the price is $100,000. So, anything that you guys get, you send my way, I'll tell you exactly where we're at price point wise. If you get it cheaper than that, that's gravy at that point in time. I'll tell you, I can pay $100 for it. Get it for 95. If you get it for 85, you get it for 70, I don't care. 100 is gonna be my number. The majority of the properties that we see traditionally are gonna be vacant, so they become as a first come, first serve. So the first person that comes up with the contract, first person that gives us the down payment on the house, traditionally $2,500 is gonna get that house.
And you gave me a question. When you send us the properties, are you gonna already have what percentage you pay for them? Price as depending on the dollars, and tell us what you did?
We can get to that.
Okay.
So next page here, you guys all have a packet. So this is a property that was over in Friendswood. We sold, what is the day, the 26th? We sold this property on the 15th. Every property that I have is gonna get sent out to you guys. So before we leave, if we could, if I get everybody's email address, that way I'm gonna group you guys all in one group
Cool
email.
thing is we use one email and we share it.
Even better.
You can get a separate one for her because she has a real estate one. Yeah.
Perfect. That way, everything will kind of come and go into one group email. So everything's going to look like this. It's going to be a little bit prettier. Obviously, it's going to be PDF format. It's going to be color coded. It's going to give you the opportunity at the top. It's going to show you the address of that particular house. It's going to give you the opportunity on the left side, square footage, bed, bath, things of that nature. Your school district is going to be in the center, and then on the left side of the page, the right side of the page, it's going to tell you the after repair value, what we think that property is going to cost after you guys are done fixing it, and what we think it's going to take to fix that particular property. So this property was over in Friendswood. Like I said, we sold it back on the 15th. This property sold for $170,000. $170,000 in Friendswood ISD. We're going to snatch that up all day, every day. So on this page, it shows you where the ARV value is. It shows you the rehab estimate. So if you guys turn the page, you get an itemized list. Like I said, every single property is going to come out this way. We walk every property. We don't do blind offers. We're physically in. We're walking that property. So we know on average what it's going to cost as far as flooring, what it's going to cost paint-wise, all the way down to your fixtures, your doorknobs, light switches. We take all that into consideration. Larger rehab projects, roofs, HVAC, foundation, we're gonna get a bid. Again, we work with preferred vendors. You guys saw all the cards that are out here. If you guys need a garage guy, you need someone to do sheetrock, you need a foundation guy, I'm gonna point you guys in the right direction. Just the same way that I don't represent the buyer, I don't represent a seller in the deal, I don't represent any contractors. They do business for us. They do good business for us because we know we're giving them up to 20 properties a month. They know they're gonna get 4, 5, 6 bids every single month. They're gonna get consistent workflow as long as they continue to do a good job in a timely manner.
That's right.
Now, we get feedback from somebody that says, hey, we hired so-and-so and I haven't seen them in a week, or we hired so-and-so and they did this and they led us wrong. We cut ties at that point in time,
Yeah.
and they understand that. Like, they're gonna get in, they're gonna do an affordable job, they're gonna do it efficiently for you guys, because we're gonna send them 4, 5, 6, properties a month. That's, for a contractor, that's gonna end up pretty quick, okay? Each one's gonna have that estimate. Do you have to go by the estimate? Absolutely not. If you wanna put more in the kitchen, you wanna take a little bit out of the bathroom, you wanna convert a bedroom, take a bedroom out, you certainly can. This is just what we think it needs to get to, comparable in that neighborhood, okay? Third, fourth, fifth page here, these are all your tax records. You've got access to that as a realtor. Obviously, you're looking at this stuff the same way that we do as far as MLS goes. It's gonna give you your tax history on every property that we get. We send it out there because not everybody has the same access that you guys do. That's what we do. Last pages are all gonna be your comps. So these are all your comparables in that same neighborhood. So we're gonna get as close to year built, as close to square footage as we can. Same bed, same bath. Traditionally, we're gonna give you about 6 to 7 properties. We're gonna show you what that property listed for, what that property sold for, the days that are on market. We're also gonna show you what that property rented for, again, in that same neighborhood. So the last page on each one of these packets should be a bit of a map. We're not gonna cross over any major streets. We're not gonna leave the subdivision, go into the neighborhood subdivision. You guys know how, you cross one street, you go from 300,000 to, 80,000, or you go the opposite way, again, depending on the neighborhood.
They got 8 comps on this one ground.
So this one particular property, we got 8 counts on it. We undershoot planning 9 times out of 10. We want to be able to under-deliver, over-promise. So this particular house, we said was gonna, after sale revalue at $295,000. If you look at the sold prices and the listed prices of these houses, you've got 340, 415, 285, 290, 295, 280, 330, 315. We're gonna take that average number, we're gonna be conservative on it, we're gonna get on the low end for you every single time, okay? So, because of that, each property comes out, like I said, if it's a vacant property, it becomes a first come, first served. If the property is occupied, if we have to schedule a showing, I'm gonna get that to you guys as early as I possibly can. Traditionally, we're gonna know a day, 2, 3 days in advance. Sometimes, depending on the seller, we might not find out till 5, 6 o'clock of an afternoon that we can show that property at 11 a.m. the next day. It's awkward, it gets a little uncomfortable, not everybody can make it, be like 11 o'clock tomorrow, but I've got plans, I've got things that I've got to attend to, we understand. Again, not every property is gonna make sense, not every opportunity is gonna be there for you guys. So, using our example yesterday, it took the better part of a week to get a showing scheduled. We finally got a showing, it was at 2 o'clock yesterday. We had 6 investors show up, 4 of those 6 were interested in the property. So at that point in time, it doesn't become a first come, first serve. It's not fair at that point in time. I've got multiple people involved, so you'll appreciate this. So, in that instance where we get multiple investors that are involved in the same property, we all have a deck of cards. Shuffle the cards, put them out on the table, high card wins. You draw. Whoever gets high card wins. There's no hard feelings. It is what it is. You win high card, that property is yours. Second high card gets a backup contract, and for whatever reason, the first person drops out.
Okay.
That way, there's no favoritism. It truly is what it is.
Yeah,
So,
that's
if we
awesome.
win, we win. If you don't get that one,
So we get the next one.
I'm gonna get you 20 properties. Yeah, I guarantee you, I'm gonna get you another one that's gonna be in a similar subdivision, similar neighborhood, similar opportunity for you guys, okay? Again, most of this stuff, we kind of covered, Rick ran with it. That second page in here, this is what we do. We find, we fix, we put your future out there. So we do have a nationwide contract with the Home Depot. We can get you contractor pricing on any rehab that you guys do.
We do appreciate that.
So you guys purchase a house with us, if you have a contractor that you're traditionally working with, if you guys are looking to do any fix-ups yourself, You purchase the property from us, it's gonna come to an email, I assume it'll go to your guys' group email. It's gonna pop up a link, you click on the link, it gives you a SKU code. You order all your stuff at Home Depot, you go to checkout, scan the code, at the end, it's gonna save you between 5 up to 30%. Your larger ticket items are gonna give you a bigger discount. Ricky just finished a flip that he had, he needed 6 5-gallon buckets of paint, he wound up getting one for free, 33% off on his paint. Sheetrock's gonna give you a decent discount, your appliances are gonna give you a decent discount. The caveat to that, it has to be in-house, it has to be you can't order something online, it can't be a special order. It's gotta be something that's physically there, something that they can ship from one Home Depot to another to get you guys that discount. That gets you contractor pricing on everything. You won't know the exact discount until the end, like I said, it just wraps everything in, you scan the code, wraps it up, gives you the discount at that point in time, okay? Talked a little bit about the future, like I said, ultimately, you'll be relisting, I hope, or I trust that you'll be relisting those properties. In the event something changes, you guys need assistance with that, we can offer 1%, but it's not our forte. That's not what we do. We purchase distressed properties, that's the meat and potatoes, that's what we do day in and day out. This is gonna be more, that more up your alley compared to what we can kind of offer for that, okay? Middle page right here just shows your cash flow, your appreciation. It shows the difference between flipping houses. You can make a ton of money flipping houses. You can build generational wealth with your investments, with your holds, with
that's
rentals.
what we want.
So
Yeah.
this kind of dives into that. It shows essentially just something as simple as 4 properties a year over the next 10 years. 40 property portfolio that's appreciating 3% average over time. It's cash flowing $200, $300, $400 depending on your location, obviously. There are neighborhoods, there are cities that are gonna cash flow better than others. Some make sense to flip, some make sense to hold for rentals. Texas City, huge rental opportunity down there. The Port, Baytown, Texas City. Galveston's gonna be more, obviously, you guys could sit on that, vacation homes, Airbnb, just depending on the location, okay? As far as securing a property goes, I talked a little bit about this $2,500 deposit is gonna hold that. Cashier's check, wire transfer, whatever you guys are comfortable with. Again, vacant house, first come, first serve. So the first person that gets me $2,500, first person to get me a signed contract is gonna get that property.
That's right.
Pretty standard as far as that goes. We're gonna use your 1 to 4 families, TREC form. Any addendums are all gonna be TREC regulated forms. Again, we do all that up front for you guys here.
And that's what y'all do in the meetings.
About 90 seconds, yeah.
So I need that software, right?
So,
Proprietary software, I promise you that.
There were 2 1 o'clock showings yesterday, a 2 o'clock showing, and I lost my car draw at 2 o'clock. We're gonna continue to move forward with this project, so they backed off. My folks that lost the car draw literally went from there, drove over to Sagemont area where the other property now is available. It was the same thing. So she was, the wife of the deal was a realtor. She's like, so who does the contract? We'll write the contract up for you.
She's like, yes.
You're gonna do my contract? And you pay for closing costs? Yeah, we're gonna do all that for you. So literally, the only thing you guys are coming out of pocket at closing, if you guys do hard money, would be any loan origination fees, obviously any HOA fees. We're in the last half of the year, so it's gonna be prorated. Survey, insurance, that's it. We take care of all the rest, so.
If we go to them, that's a real good deal for you, so,
So,
which is good, because speed matters, absolutely.
yeah,
Speed
again,
matters.
that number that we give you, that's gonna be an all-inclusive number, so.
Y'all have a PayPal account?
They've got it set up, I forget exactly who.
No,
it is,
just
but-
where you just.
Yeah, I've got a PayPal account.
Oh, okay, you.
Oh, Leroy, you're right there.
We've been talking money all day. Yeah.
Leroy, like,
So I figure out the fastest way to get $2,500.
I heard something about Golden Nugget, and I'll drive you there in Louisiana.
all right, Leroy.
Let me know what day.
Please.
Last page goes over the 212 loans. Again, sister company, they work exclusively with us. If you guys have questions on hard money, you can do the application online. It's a strict pre-approval. It'll tell you exactly where you guys are. You don't have to submit anything at that point in time. When the time comes, you're ready to pull the trigger on a deal, you can go in, you can submit, upload docs at that point in time. I will tell you that the investors that go through 212 loans get on our preferred investors list. They do get our properties 48 hours sooner than folks that pay cash. Again, you go to buy a truck at Ford, you're gonna use Ford Motor Credit, you're not gonna bring in GM Financial. It's gonna be one of those. Now, there are instances that we open, if I gotta close this property by the end of the month, I don't care who's paying for it, cash, hard money, we're gonna open it up across the board, and I'll let you guys know at that point in time.
Sweet.
So,
Well, I'm well pleased, man. I have no question. I'm so.
okay.
We just wanna see something right now, Leroy.
I can tell you, available right now, I'm close on a deal down in Texas City. I've actually gotta go walk a property here at 12, another property down in Texas City. I've got one property available up in Conroe. I've got a property in Sunnyside. I'm not sure how you feel about Magnolia Park and Sunnyside over there. It's still, you can still rent them for $1,000, $1,200 pretty easily. So as we said, even a bad deal in Houston is still a pretty good rental. So that's what we.
I need someone to smoke their weed. That's all right.
I'm not sure. If
Take
I
that out, edit that.
blown up for the last 10 minutes. Let me take a look. I know that Stage Mont deal is back on the board. Looks like there are a handful of little texts that kind of came out.
And when you make sure when he finished, give him an opportunity, get close up on him so he can advertise what the hell they doing here. Cause I'm just saying, we can throw some money their way.
Throw it out there. And if you didn't get it as is, so essentially we're a wholesale brokerage. I wholesale about 20 properties a month out of this office. I got access to the better part of 75, 80 properties a month. They're 100% wholesale. They go out to investors that are looking to fix and flip, fix and hold properties. That's what we do all day, every day.
Boom! That's Leroy. Bruce Leroy.
That's it.
Yes.
That's our culture.
I was gonna say who's the man.
Talk when you listen to 227.
My card is on this. If you guys need extra cards, there's a handful up front. Any questions I can answer for you all?
No, sir, I'm good. Can you got good handwriting? Can you give him our email? We all have access to the one email, so you don't have to work hard. Just send it there.
Then I'll give you my
Do you
card.
have access to it?
I don't have access to y'all.
With what they do, you're gonna have to give her access.
Well, he's gonna group mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you guys in the same, but if I can get, yeah.
Where's my
Everyone
color?
gets,
The reason we did this because you didn't want to be sending emails and then get the email. That's why we.
Yes, I
Okay,
remember. Okay.
Here you go.
Awesome. I'll give you an extra
Well,
one.
no,
Awesome.
Let me get that back to you there. Again, anything you guys see you don't want to mess with, send it my way. We'll take a look at it. I have no problems writing you guys in as a consultant as far as fees go. Like I said, I'll give you our number. If you guys can pick it up for less than that number, that's gravy as far as we're concerned. I don't care if you make 3%, if you make 25,000, you make 50,000 on a property, it does not matter to me. I'm not interested in commissions. I work with investors. I'm interested in properties. That's what I need. I need properties.
I appreciate you. Yeah, we'll send you some. And if you want to give us some coaching about what exactly you're looking for, feel free.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have any egos. We're like you, man.
Okay.
We're trying to do some properties.
That's the end game. 100%. So
That's
it's,
it.
like I said, it's strictly volume with us.
Sweet,
So,
man. Sweet, there you go. This is my personal cell, and that is the email address. Real estate and it's vatsjr.com. That'll get all of us plus hers will be good.
outstanding.
Oh, wish I had cash on. I give him a tip. Gotta fix that right now. I'll see what we get. Come on, all y'all extroverts. There's only 2 introverts in here. The rest of y'all extroverts.